Hey YouTube, Simon Dixon here. I would like to teach you about what in the UK we call an analogy. No longer live in the UK, but in the UK we have something called an ISA account, probably one of the most boring subjects in the world, but I've just come up with a new analogy that I would like to set a challenge to every single one of my subscribers that I just pulled out of my arse while making a workout here. And the acronym we're going to use is ISA, ISA. In the UK, they call that an individual savings account. Well, I would like to set a new challenge. For those of you that joined me on the 4 masterclasses, they're all over right now, but they're up on retirementplanb.com for the rest of this week. So you are able to immerse yourself in those over 12 hours of the best that I've got for you in building and protecting your wealth in the Great Depression of the 2020s. So here is my challenge that I gave to everybody during the masterclass, and I would like to give to all my subscribers on YouTube. Let's make 2022 the best financial year that you've ever had, and no matter what happens to the price of Bitcoin, I'd like to set a new challenge to you, and that is to end each and every month in 2022 with more Bitcoin than you had the previous month. Just think about the simplicity of that. Make 2022 the best financial year, and if you are Bitcoin thinking, then it's about Bitcoin accumulation no matter what the dollar price of Bitcoin is. If we go into a bear market in 2022, and I'm not saying we are or will or whatever's happening, I'm not a short-term trader, then if you accumulate and end up with more Bitcoin each and every month, then by the end of 2022, you will have more Bitcoin. And that is the key to Bitcoin thinking. So, intellectually, we can understand that, we can set that self a goal. The power of a goal is incredibly important when you get specific, when you write it down, when you commit to it, and you get leverage upon yourself to be motivated to follow it through. But what's gonna make it happen? Well, this is where I just pulled out the ISA acronym out of my butthole during my workout. And that is the 3 things that I tend to do whenever I want to when I want to achieve a goal. I am doing this video right now because I followed this formula to make sure that I work out every day. For those of you that have been following me for a while, on Twitter last year, I was overweight and was not really happy with the energy level that I was experiencing in my life. And back in the day, like over a decade ago, before I found Bitcoin, I used to work out consistently and be happy with the way. If you look at some of my old videos, like at the first Bitcoin conference, you'll see a slimmer, healthier, younger version of myself. I decided to hold myself accountable to a new goal, so I said that I'll go live on Twitter each and every day and share some financial information that can support my subscribers and followers as a reward for holding me accountable. I did 90 days, then I got COVID and I went back into bad habits, put some weight back on, and now I am going for round 2 to get myself back into that. Now I would like you to use the same formula for your finances. You don't have to do what I do, but yes, use the ISA formula. The ISA formula that I just created, as I said, out of my butt during this workout, is something that's really worked for me. The I stands for not individual, it stands for immersion. And immersion is the process of getting yourself psychologically in a state to be able to achieve the results that you want to achieve. And the way that I do that is I immerse myself in all the experts and the subject matter and get myself psychologically attached and motivated and leveraged to want to make the change, because after all, any action is simply motivation, immersion, and getting yourself integrated. So for those of you that would like to take the immersion challenge, the I part of this, you can use my Retirement Plan B live masterclass this week. It's going to be available completely free on retirementplanb.com all this week. I'm also going to do some more Q&A sessions, so if you want me to answer your questions as you do this immersion, as a reward, we'll try and set up some sessions. And we've got over 12 hours of content. Make the commitment to binge this weekend. Here's my commitment and promise to you. Start going through it, and if you don't get key distinctions that can work you towards your goal of making 2022 the best financial year you have ever had, and setting yourself the goal and challenge of how to end up each and every month in 2022 with more Bitcoin than the previous month, then you haven't immersed yourself and you haven't watched it. Watch it till the end, and my commitment to you is it will give you what you need to achieve that goal. And ask yourself the question, what is that worth to you to make 2022 the best financial year you've ever had and end up with more Bitcoin each month than you had the previous month? You ask that question to yourself, and hopefully that will lead you to taking the Immersion challenge. S stands for strategy. It doesn't matter how motivated you are, it doesn't matter how pumped up you are. If you're following the wrong strategy, then you're either going to have to implement a strategy, get it wrong, adjust and change and keep changing until you've achieved your goal, or you can just learn from people that have been there, done that, the best in their game. And thankfully, we're now in the information age where the best people in the world, the best people to give you strategies from, are available on your fingertips. On the flip side, there are many people that will give you crazy strategies that don't have your best interest at heart, and YouTube is full of a minefield of people that will take you down the wrong path for their own agenda and own self-interest and various other reasons. So get yourself a strategy that works. Now here's what I do with strategy. I make sure that the person that I'm learning from has achieved more than the best results than I want to achieve for myself. And so if that person isn't living, breathing, it's like I'm not going to be doing my personal training from somebody that doesn't work out every day and is overweight and knows intellectually, because only when you do it is it learning put into action. So it's not about just the learning and immersion, it's about putting it into action and actually taking the action towards its achievement. So strategy. Following the right strategy, you can shortcut decades and decades and pain by following a strategy from somebody that's been through all the pain, made all the mistakes already, and then only when you do it yourself will you learn and make the psychological connection between what works and what doesn't work. So what is the A part of the ISA? It is accountability. Accountability means setting yourself a public goal to those that will hold you accountable towards your goal. So what is this all about? I am here today because if I don't work out, then my YouTube subscribers will tweet me saying, Simon, where the hell are you? Are you back into old bad habits? And it's the accountability that gives me the motivation to continue what I immerse myself in, the strategy that I set for myself. And then accountability means that when you're feeling like shit and you're just not in that state, you can snap yourself back because of the accountability, because of the fear and the psychological connection towards publicly failing accountability. So let's reinvent the ISA. Sorry if you're not from the UK, it probably doesn't mean anything to you. The ISA is the individual savings account. It's a government initiative to try and charge you less tax on your savings. Let's change it to Immersion Strategy Accountability, and let's use the Immersion Strategy Accountability Challenge to make 2022 your best financial year, and each and every month in 2022 end up with more Bitcoin than you had the previous year. Ask yourself the question, what would that mean to you, the ones you care about, your loved ones, the way you feel about yourself, and what path could that set you on for the next 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, wherever you are at your stage of life, and what will your life look differently if you take this challenge and start it immediately. And so the key to achieving any goal is to take 2 or 3 immediate steps towards its achievement. So I would like to immerse you in everything you need to know to achieve that goal in 2022. I'd also like to give you the exact strategy. So subscribe to me on YouTube and head over to retirementplanb.com and commit to immersing this week in the 4 live masterclasses, 12 hours of content. What is 12 hours in the grander scheme of your long-term financial future? And here's my commitment to you, if you think it was all a waste of time, a pile of crap, and it didn't significantly or radically change your belief and your strategy about what's possible for you in 2022, then tweet me, put it in the YouTube comments. There's underneath the videos, you ask questions, and you can publicly say this was a complete waste of time. Simon, I'm not taking your challenge. You're an idiot, gonna make no difference in my life. And if you take that, then the accountability is tell me on social media, tell me in these videos, and hold me accountable to giving you this content so that I work out each and every day. So always remember, you are alive at one of the most interesting and exciting times in financial history. It's going to be really rough for some, it's going to be great for others, and I'd like you to set up an ISA today to be on the right side of that change. Peace, I'll see you over and out, and enjoy the ISA challenge. Peace.